This week, Duran Duran released their new album, Thank You. It features cover versions of their favourite songs, among them numbers originally recorded by Led Zeppelin, Elvis Costello, The Doors, Public Enemy, yes indeedy, and more. In the studio to review it for us is a man who I suppose could be described as a cover version himself, Danielz of the T.Rex tribute band T.Rextasy. Well, Danielz, what did you think of that?
It was very unusual, actually. I'm surprised at the choice of some of the songs. They're very brave in covering tracks like Thank You, Led Zeppelin number. Simon actually tries to sound like Robert Plant on this track. Right. He really does. And Lay Lady Lay, they try to get the actual sound of the Dylan closeness. It's very brave. I think White Lines, the opening track, is a really good track. And I'm not a real Duran Duran fan. Right. But I've got a lot of respect for bands when they record something like Perfect Day, which is like a classic Lou Reed track. Very brave indeed. And also something like Success, and covered by Iggy Pop. Well, Iggy Pop had it on his Lust for Life album. Mm-hmm. Great song. And they've even got the Turtles, Howard Kaylan and Mark Volman, on backing vocals, who of course did some tracks with Mark Bolan himself. Right. So Success is a great track. In fact, it should be the next single from the album, in my personal view, whatever that's worth. You know. but altogether, there's certain things. I mean, I'm not a great Duran Duran fan. Things like Watching the Detectives. I like Elvis Costello a lot, and Elvis has done some great songs, and he's got the voice and the style. And I'm not keen on some of the tracks on here, like Watching the Detectives is not how I wanted it to be played. If Elvis wanted it to be played this way, he would have chosen to play it a specific way. Yeah. But it's very brave. It's a very brave album, and all credit to them, really. Yeah. I think it's great. It's just a shame that Andy Taylor's not on the album, because Andy Taylor's doing his own thing, and he's a great guitarist in his own right. But they've done a good job. Yeah. It's well packaged. And apparently Roger Taylor came almost out of hiding to take part in this album, didn't he? Yeah, which is all the more shame that Andy didn't. Yeah. I mean, it would have been nice. It's always nice when they all get back together again, and especially for something like this, a covers album, where they're all playing their favourite tracks, and especially when it's done so nicely. I mean, even the back of the CD, it's got like a record deck, and the actual CD itself. What camera are we on here? It's not like a record. Yeah. And it's just so nicely done. Put together. All power to their elbows. May they live for long, you know. It's a telling comment, isn't it, though, when we talk about the packaging a lot. Well, I think well, nowadays it's video, isn't it? I mean, before it was like, you know, the scratchy records, and people said, well, you know, the video market's going to take over. And now a lot of the videos are better than the songs themselves, which I think is a shame, but that's the way of the world. Yeah. And I think with this CD, it's a bit of both. I think if you're a Duran fan, you're not only going to like the actual music on this CD, but you're actually going to like the packaging. It's quite sort of kitsch in its own way. The inner sleeve is full of sort of nice drawings, and it's a bit Andy Warhol in its own But they always have been a very arty, styly band, haven't they? It's one thing. I mean, you look at their videos and stuff, they're all very colourful and very dramatic. Yeah. Not much of a plot, but always very sort of stylistic. Yeah, they're very stylistic. I mean, I prefer videos that are a little bit more street cred, if you like, slightly grainy and slightly more independent. That's the right word to use these days, alternative. Something with a bit more substance rather than all gloss and Los Angeles all the time. Sure. I think there's a lot more sort of longevity in that, rather than, you know, having, you know, great looking girls and you know, great shots of Simon. Hey, you know, I like it sort of a bit more down to earth than that. But, you know, the album's great, and I'm sure it'll be a great success. You said it was very brave. Do you not think they might be a bit over-ambitious? I mean, I'm still freaking out about the fact that they've got Public Enemy on there. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's very, very unusual. Some of the tracks on here are very, very strange. I Want to Take You Higher, White Lines. I mean, I'd never heard of that track before. Do you know who did that? White Lines? Oh, yes, I do know this one, actually. Hold on. Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, that's it. Right. Well, that's a great opener, and it was a very sensible opener. They've only recorded one of their own tracks on this album, and that's called Drive By. And in fact, when I listened to it, I thought it was Future Legend, the opening track of the Diamond Dogs album by David Bowie. I'm sure that has been an influence for this song. But the whole thing as a whole is well put together. There's a lot of the tracks, I think, are very well recorded. Again, it depends if you like that glossed over, well produced, no mistakes. It's just everything, you know, that you think they must have spent ages recording this album.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like it.
Sure.
I like it again a little bit more, perhaps a little bit more raw, you know. A couple of mistakes, doesn't matter. It's nice to say, oh, listen to that, you know, and you can go back to it, because those kind of things, those errors in songs, they're things that people remember and they go back to.
Right.
It's like songs like Rebel Rebel, the Bowie track, there's like a little mistake in there. You know, T.Rex records, they're full of, you know, little clicks and splashes here and there. But that all adds to the sort of the liveness, the rawness,
yeah.
and you can sort of shut your eyes and think of how they were recorded at the time. They actually sound like they're recorded in the room as a live band, as opposed to, like this and many other albums of this time, they've spent in so many hours, you know, the drummer will go and spend like days on a drum sound or something like that. And it doesn't have that band sound. I like the band sound. That's me personal, that's my personal taste.
Right.
Boom.
Wait, just going back to you a second, in terms of cover versions though, you must know some more about covering versions of tracks than anyone else really, in sort of your current guise.
Yeah.
You know, how was it met? What sort of reaction did you get when you formed T.Rextasy?
Well, T.Rextasy, when we first formed, I didn't think it would be quite as successful as it's now become. I mean, we've played all the arenas of England already with Gary Glitter.
Yeah.
We've already done Wembley Arena, places like that, of that calibre. Now we're going out the country to do similar-sized venues. East Germany, in fact, we're going to in April. The respect we have, which started with Mark Bolan-related people like his parents, the original band members, they've all got full respect for the way we perform, because
right.
we do it well, and we do it not tongue-in-cheek at all. It's done very seriously. We've concentrated very hard on the music, the guitar, the sound, everything. And that's very important, because we don't want people to come and see us thinking it's going to be a kind of joke band or a tongue-in-cheek.
Sure.
You know, we're very professional. We're a professional rock band, and we've built up a reputation of being that. And that's why, you know, Gary came to see us one day. He liked us in concert. There's no way that a major act of that calibre that can pull full houses at Wembley Arena would accept a band of our nature.
Sure.
I mean, at the end of the day, we are a tribute band, but we've got an album coming out on 3rd of April on the Madman Records label, and that's got two of my own tracks on it, one called Baby Factory, which was released as a single
right.
a short time ago, and another one of my tracks, but they're all done in sort of Bolanic fashion, if you
Right.
like.
Okay, well, we'll get a chance to see them later, but thanks
Yeah.
very much in the meantime for reviewing Duran Duran.
My pleasure.
T.Rextasy will be playing live for us a little later in the show.
She's my woman of gold, and she's not very old, And she's my woman of gold, and she's not very old, I don't mean to be bold, but may I hold your heart, child? Well, she ain't no bitch, but I love the way she twitch, Well, she ain't no witch, but I love the way she twitch, yeah. I'm a label of love in my Persian gloves, Well, she's faster than most, and she lives on the coast, Oh, yes she does. Well, she's faster than most, and she lives on the coast, I'm a two-penny prince, and I'll give her hot love, Now take it out on me, mama. Well, she ain't no witch, but I love the ways to twitch, She ain't no witch, but I love the ways to twitch, oh yeah. I'm a two-penny prince, and I give her hot love, La 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 la. child. Oh, middle of the road. La 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 la. Ow, la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's cosmic rock. Yes, indeed.